Welcome to this week's Face the Facts Friday, where we go through the most interesting vegan and animal rights stories from the last week or so. This week, we've got our headline story: vegan activist Tash Peterson, aka Vegan Booty, banned from all bars and restaurants in Western Australia. The absolute bell end, that is the Australian Prime Minister. A UK vegan cafe in trouble with the government. Some farmer nonsense. A few weird stories, a few good news stories, and finally, we'll finish with everyone's favourite, our meat flakes of the week. It's going to be a good one. Are you ready to start this week's Face the Facts Friday? If you're ready, then leave a comment right now saying, I'm ready to get face fact. I don't know why I do this to myself. All right, and let's kick off with the first story. So, Australia's most hated vegan, Tash Peterson, aka Vegan Booty, has been banned from all pubs and restaurants in Western Australia. Banned. As in, the Western Australia police served her a barring notice that means if she steps foot in any venue in Western Australia, she'll be trespassing and will be fined 10,000 Australian dollars. Why? Because people were upset about her calling them animal abusers when they were, abusing animals. So now she's banned. To defend people's feelings from the mean vegan words, basically. Now, here's why I totally agree with this decision to ban Tash Peterson from all of those places. Here's why I totally agree with it. Because, see, when people say things that make you feel guilty, you have to silence them. For example, a homeless person on the street asks you for food, put that tin of beans back in your bag, find your nearest police officer, and demand to have them removed from your locality. You don't need to see that shit. All right, guys? Your friend tells you about poor starving children in a dangerous part of the world. Cancel those lovely dinner plans and make some new plans. Plans to file a report with your local police station demanding they be banned from talking about this in public. Your mum explains that plastic pollution is causing problems for marine life and the environment. First things first, send an application for a change of surname. You don't want to be associated with such negativity. Then, of course, file that report with the police so they can get her banned too. See, you can't hear things that you don't like. Ever. You have the right to live your entire life only hearing and seeing nice things and never feeling guilty. Just stop going outside. Close the curtains. Turn off your TV. Disconnect your internet and phone. Wrap yourself up in a nice warm blankie away from anything that could make you feel guilty. Live out the rest of your pathetic years hiding in a sad, lonely little room. Because it's all about you. You're the most important person in the world, and you don't need to help anyone else with their shit. Animal abuse, homelessness, starving children, all someone else's problem. And that's why I support the Western Australia Police's decision to ban Tash Peterson from all pubs and restaurants. Anyway, it's no surprise that the Australian police is pulling this shit when their Prime Minister is an absolute bellend. See, right now, Australia has a mouse problem. They have thousands of mice completely overwhelming farmers' homes in rural areas, and the Prime Minister has a great solution. He thinks the nation's mice plague should be rehomed in the apartments of animal activists where they can scratch their children at night. It's his latest comment in a string of attacks launched targeting idiots, he says, who say farmers shouldn't kill mice, mainly targeted at PETA. He also said, "This is a disgrace by PETA. We always stand ready to help our farmers. Farmers know who their friends are. The friends are on this side of the house. Farmers always know. Farmers always know." What a twat. If he were any more desperate for farmers' votes, he'd be on his knees sucking them off. And he'd probably do that too. Not that there's anything wrong with supporting plant farmers or sucking someone off, actually, whatever you're into. So, I mean, there's not. Support your local plant farmers. You can just buy their products, though. You don't have to suck them off unless you want to. Anyway, Peter did the unspeakable thing of suggesting they try to find another way to deal with the mice plague. You know, rather than poisoning thousands of mice, giving them a slow and painful death. Peter, the absolute monsters, right? Even if you don't care about mice, are you really suggesting dishing out powerful poison to thousands of them? Think about how much poison that would take. You want that all over your houses, around your kids, around your food, even for selfish reasons. That isn't a viable solution, is it? I don't know what the solution is to this problem, but finding an alternative solution to fucking poison probably isn't a bad idea, really, is it? But what's that I hear? More dumb shit coming from government officials? Oh yes, we're not done yet. The UK government has ordered a vegan cafe to remove all the pro-vegan infographics from the walls inside their own fucking cafe. It's the Plant Hustler Cafe in Bournemouth, and they have to remove all the graphics because apparently they are misleading. The murals on the wall have raw, factual, environmental information promoting the multiple benefits of eating a plant-based diet while pointing out the environmental and climatic impacts of meat and dairy and other pitfalls of animal agriculture. Better take down that framed photo of Earthling Ed and any vegan-related quotes in your bedroom. They're misleading, and the government has a say in what you put up on your own private property. You know what Plant Hustler should do? They should just add a few words to the existing murals. Like, if they have one fact that says animal agriculture is responsible for environmental destruction on a massive scale, just add the word not. So it reads, animal agriculture is not responsible for environmental destruction on a massive scale. Just add a few words here and there, and you'll have a gloriously sarcastic vegan infographic wall, and trading standards won't have a leg to stand on. I think I'm actually going to drop them a message after this stream and see what they think. I think it's a brilliant idea. Did you say you want one more story about meat flake government officials? Good, because I've got one more from the USA that's going to really piss you off. Farmers in Colorado are saying describing what they do to animals as sexual acts is inflammatory language, and apparently allowing animals to live for 25% of their natural lifespan is extreme. This comes as the Colorado Supreme Court over in the USA has shut down a potentially groundbreaking animal rights measure. The measure is known as Protect Animals from Unnecessary Suffering and Exploitation, or the PAWS Act. It included a statement to stop sexual acts on animals. Under the measure, a sexual act on an animal would include standard animal farming practices like artificial insemination, pregnancy checking, and embryo transfers. The initiative would have also required cows, pigs, and other animals to live at least 25% of their natural lives before slaughter. It was shut down. Why? Because the Supreme Court believed the language used would confuse voters, so they wanted it to be reworded and reformatted. Farmers with the Colorado Farm Bureau had this statement. They said, "This sends a strong message to the supporters of this measure that multiple subjects and inflammatory language will not be accepted. We are hopeful that these kinds of extreme initiatives stop here." Inflammatory language. No. Inflammatory language would have been to say, you are raping the animals. But that's not what they said. The PAWS Act didn't say, you're raping the animals. No one said, you're raping the animals. It would be inflammatory language to say, you're raping the animals. That's why they didn't say, you're raping the animals. No one came in and said, hey, look, you're restraining these animals against their will and shoving your hands and other instruments inside them. That's rape. Oof, mate, that kind of looks like rape to me. No one said that, you see? That would be inflammatory language. But you see, no one said that, did they? They said sexual acts, didn't they? Not rape. If they had said you were raping animals, which they didn't, but if they had said you were raping animals, if the Pause Act had claimed you were raping animals, which they didn't, okay, but if they did, that would have been inflammatory language, wouldn't it? Because restraining animals against their will and shoving your hands, needles, and other things inside them, also against their will, was described by the Pause Act as sexual acts and not rape. And to be perfectly clear, they didn't say it was rape. But yeah, letting animals live 25% of their natural lifespan is pretty extreme, though. I have to agree with you there. Letting them live 10% of their natural lifespan or less is definitely the more reasonable option. If only they could just be born as fully grown animals. You could just kill them at 1 minute old and save so much time and money. Or if they could just grow to full size seconds after birth, thanks to some new cell growth generator technology. Thousands of fully grown animals ready to be sent off for slaughter without all that hassle of, feeding and pretending to care about them. How amazing would that be? But we're not all so different in the end, are we? Farmers, hunters, animal rights advocates. At least this new study from Texas claims we aren't. Apparently, animal rights advocates and hunters may have more in common than we think, according to a new study by a Texas A&M AgriLife researcher. In their study, animal rights advocates scored highest on empathy, moral concern, and support for wildlife conservation, and 14% of the hunters in the study fit into a subgroup called caring hunters. Caring hunters aligned their moral concern, empathy, and support for wildlife more closely with animal rights advocates than with other utilitarian hunters. They were more concerned about humane and ethical treatment of animals, even during harvest, and protecting and improving habitat and ecological balance. They found there was some alignment between animal rights advocates and caring hunters, basically. So, interesting, right? I actually found another study. This one was on human rights advocates and serial killers. They also found some alignment between these two groups, if you can believe it. The human rights advocates scored highest on empathy, moral concern, and support for basic amenities like food and clean water for all people. And a high percentage of the serial killers fit into a subgroup called caring serial killers. Caring serial killers aligned their moral concern, empathy, and support for human rights more closely with human rights advocates than with other utilitarian serial killers. They were more concerned about humane and ethical treatment of humans, even those they were really excited to kill, and protecting and improving habitat and ecological balance, respectively. But David, you can't compare hurting animals with killing humans. Hunters hunt for conservation to help the environment. Oh, you think killing off humans wouldn't help the environment? It's one of the best things you could do for the environment, and it would solve a ton of problems. But it's immoral. And thankfully, no one is suggesting it as a solution to the world's problems. And that's the way we should see it with other animals too. Look, this is an interesting study, and it's really interesting to see that some hunters were more similar to animal rights advocates than other hunters. Maybe there's some ground for those caring hunters to stop killing animals if they really do have empathy. Or maybe they were just saying those things because they wanted to sound good for the study. What do you think? Real empathy from these hunters, or bullshit and they're saying things that sound good for the study? Let me know in the comments. Maybe these hunters would benefit from a little hypnotism. Yeah, I said hypnotism. This plant-based company thinks people can be hypnotized to stop eating meat. The company is called the Raging Pig Company. They believe meat eating is a disease, and they're offering free hypnotherapy sessions to stop people eating meat. The sessions are only 20 minutes long, and you can get them on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So those of you with extra stubborn family members, just sneak into your parents' room at night, load up one of these sessions, get those headphones in their ears. They'll wake up a vegan. Seriously, though, if this works, we won't need to do activism anymore. We can just blare this out over speakers on repeat in city centers all over the world. Do you know someone who tried getting hypnotized to stop eating meat? Link them up and let me know if it works for them. Guys, we have some great news stories for the animals. Then we'll kick off our meat flakes of the week. If you're enjoying the stream so far, leave a comment saying, I love getting fact. If the YouTube algorithms pick up on that as the way it sounds, then there's instant demonetization. All right, good news about the animals. Canada Goose, the fashion brand famous for skinning animals alive to sell their fur, has committed to stop using fur by the end of 2022. This comes after years of brave protesting from animal activists around the world. Well done to everyone who was involved in the relentless campaigning to stop the disgusting fur industry. Thank you for your hard work. All sincerity, no jokes here, guys. Amazing, amazing activists. Thank you so, so much. And it doesn't stop there. We have some more good news. The Yulin Festival went ahead despite pressure from activists, but here's a good news story. Chinese activists have rescued 68 dogs from a truck headed for the Dog Meat Festival. All 68 of them were taken to a facility for treatment and recovery. According to reports, they will soon be transported to a shelter supported by Humane Society International. Amazing work from these brave activists. Thank you so much for putting your safety on the line for these animals. No jokes again, no sarcasm. Fantastic, amazing people, amazing activism. All right. Who's ready for some meat flakes? Leave a comment right now saying, show me the meat flakes if you're ready to dive into this week's meat flakes of the week. I'm ready for it, guys. Let's jump in with the first meat flake. This is from Anderson1111. We don't want to see any video from you. Stop talking and go away. Confusing people for no reason. You are just a paid lobbyist. Nothing more than that. Oh my God, stop. There's so much here. There's so many elements to this. It's layered, isn't it? This comment's layered. It's got so much going on with it. But let's go from the bottom to the top. So I am not a paid lobbyist. I wish I was a paid lobbyist. Jeez. Those guys get paid a shit ton of money. I wish I was a paid lobbyist. Confusing people for no reason. Dude, if you're confused by my channel, that's on you, man. It's not very fucking complicated, the stuff I'm talking about here, yeah? That's more of a reflection of your intellectual prowess than my channel. Stop talking and go away, and we don't want to see any video from you. I mean, yeah, dude, it's all you, man. It's all you projecting, you know? I'm sorry your mum and dad don't love you enough, and, you know, you're most likely getting rejected by the women in your life or the men, whatever you're into. But dude, don't come to my channel and take it out on me. So, you know, you can get a therapist for that. If you can't afford a therapist, talk to someone. Yeah, talk to a friend. Get help, man. It's all right. You're gonna be all right. Rowan says, I agree with the monk. I eat meat with loving kindness and gratitude. Now, this is in response to a video I did where I call out this monk, Buddhist monk who's promoting meat consumption. And this guy says, I agree with the monk. I eat meat with loving kindness and gratitude. Let's break that down. So I eat meat with loving kindness and gratitude. I eat meat is like a euphemism. What you want to really be saying here is, I pay for animals to be bred into a life of practically slavery, but whatever you want to call it. You don't want to use the S word, whatever, a life of captivity. They're not free. Call it whatever you want. They're not free. They're born into that life, and then I pay for that. And then I pay for someone to transport them to a slaughterhouse, and then I pay for someone else to shoot them in the head and slit their throat and chop them into little pieces, and then I pay for that to be transported to the supermarket and then transported to my plate, and then I eat it, and I do all of that with loving kindness and gratitude. Yeah. I pay for animals to be shot in the head and have their throats slit with loving kindness and gratitude. Yeah, that really makes sense, doesn't it? Really makes sense. You are full of shit, Rowan. Fuck you. Games says, why do you ask us to stop eating animals if animals also eat animals? That's a really fair point. I mean, Actually, that is solid. The only thing I would say to that is actually, it's just the logic is perfect because why ask humans to not beat other humans up or rape other humans? Because animals beat the shit out of each other and they also rape each other. So I don't understand our entire legal system, to be honest, because it's all based around these morals that that we've developed over a long, long time, and not based on what other animals do. I don't get why that is. Why don't we just base what we do on what other animals do? So they go out and they lick their own asses and kill each other's babies and rape each other and beat. We should be doing what they do. Fuck our legal system, right? It's pointless. It's absolutely pointless. This guy's absolutely nailed it down. It's a really good point. Veganism debunked, guys. Not Zane 1345 says, so let me get this straight. You'd prefer that a family of 6 may die out of starvation rather than them taking 60% of a cow's milk. What? Just find me. Fucking hell. Find me one of my videos. One of my videos where I say anything that sounds remotely like that. You'll be looking for a while because I've never said anything that remotely even sounds like that. If your family would die of starvation if you didn't drink milk, I'd say that you have a pretty good reason to drink milk. How many families are in the position that they would, families of 6 are in the position that they would die of starvation if they didn't drink cow's milk? I'm going to go ahead and make a guesstimation that it's not very fucking many, you fucking numpty. Fucking hell, man. Too many fucks there. That was fucking too many fucking fucks. This fucking video is going to get fucking demonetized because of all these fucks, but I might as well fucking go for it now, huh? Might as well do it. Fuckers. Look what you've done. Not Zane. Not Zane. Zane. I'm going to call you Zane then if you're not Zane, because that's you are Zane. All right? That's who you are from now on. Zane, you're a silly person. And I guess you're not in that position that you're talking about here. So what fucking excuse do you have, you little fuck? Mark Middleton 5 commented, not all animals eat plants. Never seen a lion eat a tree. Ugh. I've never seen anyone eat a fucking tree. In fact, no, I'll take that back. I've seen koala bears eat leaves from a tree. I've seen giraffes eat leaves from a tree. But, tree bark? Oh, wasps do it. Wasps eat tree bark. They scratch off the wood and they chew it and they spit it out for their nest. But, what's that got to do? No, not all animals eat plants, all right, Mark? You are totally right. Not all animals eat plants, but guess which animal does eat plants? Humans do. Yeah. So you can get all your nutrition from plants, Mark. So what the fuck does that have to do with other animals? Who knows? Only Mark knows what he means by this comment. But yeah, the meat flakery is strong with this one. All right, this one's quite a funny one, actually. So check this out, right? Vegan Circle Jack. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can... So it says a bunch of meat flakes. How do I fucking go side to side right now? Oh my goodness, I can't. Oh, wait, how do I do this? Bunch of meat flakes outraged at plant-based meat advert. I especially like that one of them yelled at his TV in a fit of impotent passion. Now, this is like people reacting to some advertisement, right? And it says, here you go. Fuck off, vegans. It's a reaction to a vegan ad. Fuck off, vegans. If you hate meat so much, why do you make it nearly look like the real thing you despise as much? And then, here we go. Glad I'm not the only one who got annoyed. My girlfriend heard me yell, you smug fucks, at the TV and thought I was overreacting. Now, I would like to show you this video, this actual ad, but I can't because I can't get audio right now. I'm sorry. But the thing is, right, maybe I can add this later. Okay, guys, I'll release another version of this live, of a clip of this live, and I'll put the video in here. So I'll say it like I'm going to do it now. So let's check out that clip then, shall we, guys? Let's take a look and see why this guy was screaming. And that's going to come later, all right, in a little clip. But anyway, this guy was screaming at the TV at a vegan ad. How much of a fucking meat flake do you have to be to scream at the TV when there is an advertisement for a plant-based meat advert, guys? Plant-based meat ad. And he's screaming at the TV. Imagine if, we did that as vegans, every time a Burger King ad comes on. Fucking, I'm so fucking angry. These people are pathetic. My girlfriend heard me yell, you smug fucks, at the TV and thought I was overreacting. You fucking loser. Oh my God. Pleb. That's what he is. He's a pleb. If you don't know what a pleb is, you got to Google it. I'm not going to explain it. I'll definitely get in trouble with YouTube if I explain what a pleb is. All right, we got another one. This is from Koops. This is on Discord. This was shared to me in my Discord. If you're not already in the Discord, get in the Discord, guys. It's pretty cool. It's nice. We get to share meat flakes and stuff like that, and you know, just spend nice time together. But this guy, not in my Discord, in someone else's Discord, says, "And isn't force planting plants rape? We force them to grow. We shouldn't be in control of that." Isn't force planting plants rape? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm not even gonna respond to it in a serious way. Like, you know, I could explain why planting plants isn't rape, but I mean, I think 99% of people understand why it isn't. Oh, Krups, look at you, man. Look at the fucking state of you. I'm gonna have to zoom in a little bit. Look at you, man. And what are you saying? Like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? Oh my god. Brilliant. Is that all we've got today? I don't know. Let me check. Do we have one more? Oh, we got one. Here we go. We got a race one. We got a race beta. That Gorka girl said on one of my videos, "White people telling the rest of the world how to live." Nice. Nice. Shut the fuck up, Gorka girl. God, this whole agenda of like white people bad. Like you literally, this is especially as a white dude, right? A straight white dude. You say anything about anyone, you know, anything moral, like, hey guys, maybe we should, you know, not brutally kill animals for sandwiches. White people bad. Stop saying things, white people. Oh, shut the fuck up. It's absolutely ridiculous. And it's like, you know, you can really see the difference because if you go, I was actually telling Soytheist about this, Aditya, who was in the chat earlier, that he should do a project with someone like me, or maybe just anyone who's like straight white man. And we make the almost exact same video with the exact same comments, right? And he's Indian, by the way. And we say the same stuff, but it's controversial. And we see what happens, like how the comments go. It's absolutely hilarious. I think we should do it. It's a great idea. And yeah, just to see what happens and prove that, you know, these fucking morons, they're the racists. They're the real racists, aren't they? You know what I mean? If you look at something Aditya says and say, that's good, but you look at me saying the same thing and say, that's bad, you're a fucking racist. And it's so patronizing to someone like Aditya, so Indians as well, isn't it? So patronizing that they act like this. They're the real fucking racists, guys. All right, and then we're back to the other one, back to the first one. So guys, hope you enjoyed today. Hope you had a good one. I enjoyed it myself. I always enjoy these Face the Facts Fridays. If you did enjoy it and you want to see more content like this and more exclusive content, you know, make sure that you check out the Patreon team, join the Patreon team, and you'll get access to more exclusive content. You'll get access to more personal lifestyle stuff, as well as some, obviously, vegan stuff too, which is obviously why we're all here. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, share this video with anyone you think would like to see it, and keep an eye out for the clips that are going to come from this stream so you can share those as well. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining, and I will see you all in Sunday's live stream with Carnism Debunked, where we're going to talk about cults that exist that have infiltrated the vegan movement. Have an awesome rest of your Friday.